From Brachiosaurus to Gorgosaurus, there are 11 mods for us to talk about in today's mod news, so without further ado, let's just dive right into it. We're starting off with the first mod in this video, and this is Brachiosaurus, which is also the first mod from the Bayou modding team, and I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. That being said, this model for the Brachiosaurus is made by a user called Raiden, and if you don't know who he is, Raiden has done a lot of awesome models in the past, with some notable examples coming from the Pangea survival game, which I've covered a couple times in the very distant past on this channel. Now, this dinosaur will have devastating kicks and shoulder checks, dealing increased damage and taking reduced damage from sauropods above 7,000 combat weight. This will also provide passive combat buffs to smaller sauropods like Amagosaurus, as well as Stegosaurus and Ornithopods, with notable weak points being the back and the belly of the beast. We have a couple teasers with free skins, as well as a render of it doing a stomp as well. And I gotta say, the model of this mod looks absolutely gorgeous, and it looks great. I cannot wait to see this in game. I cannot wait to see more progress for it. Raiden has some serious pedigree for modeling in general, so I do hope to see more of this in the game anyways. We are moving into another herbivore from the Archaic Eons team, but this isn't any herbivore. This is a mammal, and it's not a dinosaur. It's a prehistoric and extinct genus of Perissodactyl, which is the same order that stuff like zebras and rhinos and horses come from, and this is quite big as well. It's about 2.4 meters tall at the shoulder, being about the same body weight as a rhinoceros. We know it from a teaser from the Archaic Eons team, which was pretty much the announcement of it, and I have to say, as always, the model looks great. These, I think, would fit really well into a Cenozoic server where you could have like mammoths, smilodons. I know this group is working on the horses, like prehistoric horses, so it would go well with them and all that, and many other mods that fit this Cenozoic realm as well. Now, since the release of David Rose's Pachyrhinosaurus, there hasn't been much news about any of David Rose's mods. Until today, because we finally have another one, and this is David Rose's Gorgosaurus, and look at it. We have some new renders of this beast, and it looks so nice. I love the detail on it, I love the texturing, I love the look of the scales. This is really good, and this with David Rose's Pachyrhinosaurus both took inspiration from the 2013 Walking with Dinosaurs movie, and it shows. They look great. And I cannot wait to see more of the Gorgosaurus itself, and hopefully it's able to come into the game so we can see Gorgosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus properly show down and recreate that 2013 movie. That'll be awesome. We now have a lot of progress on the Gigarachne with the first animation set and some other images. And I will say, if you are not a fan of spiders, skip to this timestamp that is on the screen now, because, well, we're about to talk about a really big spider, and it's now time we talk about it. So firstly, we have this image with Rogue personally DMing me this one, like right when I was about to go to sleep. He was like, I heard you like spiders, and just bang, big spider that's probably going to eat my dinosaurs just popped up on my screen. And I was like, that's so scary. Next, we have another skin, but this is alongside a size comparison with a Latanovenatrix 2. It shows the sheer size of this spider. It looks huge. We've seen it before compared, even in a top-down view of it, compared to the Magna Ant and an Eotriceratops. This is more of a side shot, so you can see more of the size of the body. So body-wise, it's probably going to be, a bit bigger than the Latanovenatrix. That being said, it also shows another thing, and that is the fuzz on the model is now done on it too, and it looks great. You can tell specifically on this image with the very fuzzy legs and the fuzzy mandibles as well. In addition to this, we also have the animation for this mod, an animation which is the idle animation. This is a 16-second video, so I'll play it in a moment fully as well. Personally, I'm very glad that this is getting more updates. I know this has been a long time coming, the Gigarachne, so it's definitely one people are very much anticipating to release into the game, so any progress to see for this is absolutely great. Now, prestosuchus' development for the Wrath of the Goliaths mod team is coming along well. In fact, it is over halfway in its development with 46 out of the 71 tasks completed for it, which I'm just saying, quite a lot of tasks. Especially when you compare most other creatures on the Wrath of the Goliaths team's checklist, only have like 46 as a maximum. So this having 71 is quite insane. That being said, this showcases one of the subspecies in the game with 2 different skins. The model, as a note, is the same, and the skins are different. We also get a size comparison for it as well, with it stood on its hind legs next to a human. And look at the size of it! I didn't even know prestosuchus could get that big, or even knew what it would look like if it was on its hind legs. I really hope that this has a stance switching mechanic or an ability that makes it go on its hind legs in game, because it just looks terrifying. If that thing just walked up to you, normally you'd be like, oh, that's a big crocodile, it's huge, and then it goes on its hind legs and it's like a prehistoric Mesozoic bear in a sense. Maybe a Triassic bear, but still, I'm very, very excited for this absolutely massive creature, and I can't wait to see more of it. Like I'm saying with a lot of these mods, but we seriously have some really good ones on today's video. Speaking of quite a few, we've got 3 Absentia mods to talk about, and that is the Gorgosaurus, Geosternbergia, and the Noxovenator. I'm quickly going to showcase the Gorgosaurus because it has a brand new trotting animation which was showcased for it, and it looks really nice. And so now we're going to move into the next one, which is the Geosternbergia, which has got some brand new refreshed animations. These are both the updated terrestrial trot animation and the terrestrial sprinting animation for the pterosaur as well. I'll have them both on the screen while I was talking about them. That being said, we can end it with one with sound, and this is the Noxovenator's broadcast call. The Absentia community have also showcased a lot of stuff regarding the Agathaumas, and there's some cool stuff here. Firstly, they said with the newly released EO Triceratops TLC at the start of April, they revealed a new skin for the Agathaumas, and this is Bastion. It's created by Lawtram, and it's a conceptualized skin by Bonk. And honestly, it looks absolutely gorgeous. The colorations, the patterns, and the way it blends together is so nice. Additionally, they went further and showcased the trot animation for the Agathaumas as well, showcasing further that Bastion skin too. And the last thing they wanted to showcase, which was yesterday when I'm recording this, I'm recording it on the 22nd for those who are nosy, this is the Dunking Kick. Now, Agathaumas is going to be a large semi-aquatic animal, and it will have its ways to deal with aquatic dangers of Gondwana. And they've given Agathaumas a variety of different aquatic-based attacks to help it survive and fight against aquatic threats such as crocodiles or water-based opponents. One of its primary water attacks is the Dunking Kick. Now, this is very similar to what Brachiosaurus has, which is where you're able to kick and propel yourself forward a little bit. So it does a little bit of damage and allows you to help escape as well. And we get to see the animations for that, and it looks great. The JFD team have shared progress on both their poposaurus and their torvosaurus TLC. And I'm going to start with the poposaurus because firstly, the model in the game with this screenshot, it looks absolutely nice. That's a weird way to say it. It looks great. And it's been completely updated compared to it before. Although I can't probably pinpoint if the model has been completely updated. It looks like it has. I'm going to say it has, and I'm sure the JFD team will say otherwise and make me look like an idiot if it hasn't. But it does look a lot better than it did previously. Additionally, we have 2 images of it staring at the camera, which further solidifies the fact that it looks like the model's been updated. The texturing looks a lot better, the scales look more detailed, and the skins look a bit better too. And this has given me war flashbacks because I hate this thing from the past, and hopefully it's not going to be as strong. Moving into the next one though, it's the JFD torvosaurus. This is shown with some new animations, both the friendly and the idle. This is for a torvosaurus TLC. Now, both of these do not have sound effects yet, but I can point out how much better this model looks like compared to the current JFD torvosaurus. The detailing is a lot better, and the additions to the head really round out the dinosaur a lot more, which I think is great. Either way, here are the videos of the animations. And finally, we have Masiakasaurus, which is the last mod on this list. The little fella Masiakasaurus, the default skin on the Masiakasaurus with a bunch of patterns, which is great. I think it looks gorgeous, and I think that's the 3 patterns for the Masiakasaurus. Then we go into some genetic mutation skins, which are melanistic, leucistic, and erythristic. I've definitely pronounced all of them wrong. That being said, the erythristic one, if you don't know what that is, that's essentially a reddish color mutation that makes pigments more reddy. And they also added that fully upgrading leucistic will give you a full albino, and unlocking more erythristic will give you xanthochromistic color options as well. And I don't think I've said that one right either, but either way, that was just me looking at it and blurting it out. Next, however, was some renders of the head, mainly showing the teeth of the dinosaur, saying that in terms of its size, it probably wouldn't have been a great PvE or player v player dinosaur, sorry, it'll be more a survivalist. But that's probably what you're going to get with smaller creatures unless there's a massive horde of them. Either way, it looks great. I love this little guy. I love seeing progress of it. Can't wait to see it in game and actually do a showcase of it. It's making some very, very good progress though. And that being said, everybody, that's all the mods I wanted to talk about today. That's 11 mods covered in this video. I know I've missed a couple stuff. They should be covered in an upcoming mod news as well, which should be coming soon. It's mainly to give me a little bit of breathing room while I prepare to go on holiday. Yeah, I know. The developers have heard that word, and now they're going to release the next update on Nintendo Switch. And then finally start, you know, talking about the next update. That'll be terrible. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.